In a place meant for healing, some of the darkest crimes unfold. These are three true and disturbing crimes that all happened inside hospitals. Story 1. The Doctor Who Faked Brain Surgeries, Texas, USA. In 2012, a rising neurosurgeon named Dr. Christopher Dunch walked into the operating room at Dallas Medical Center. Young, charismatic, Ivy League trained, patients trusted him, so did hospitals. But what no one knew was that doctor. Dunch was a complete fraud. Over 2 years, Dr. Dunch performed dozens of spinal surgeries and left a trail of paralyzed, maimed, and even dead patients. He once severed a patient's vocal cords. On another, he installed screws into the wrong side of the spine. Nurses called his procedures butchery. The most chilling part? It wasn't incompetence, it was intentional. Emails later revealed that Dr. Dunch wrote to a friend, "I am ready to leave the love and kindness and goodness and patience that I mix with everything else that I am and become a cold-blooded killer." He viewed his operating room as a hunting ground, and he kept getting hired. Why? Hospitals didn't want lawsuits, so they quietly let him go, letting him move from one facility to the next. It wasn't until 2015, after a final patient died during a routine neck surgery, that authorities stepped in. The charges? Injury to an elderly person with intent. A legal loophole because no law at the time directly addressed criminal malpractice. Dunch was sentenced to life in prison. To this day, he remains one of the few doctors in U.S. history ever convicted for medical malpractice as a criminal. Story 2. The Maternity Ward Poisoner, London, UK. In 2001, nurses at St. Mary's Hospital in London began noticing something terrifying. Newborn babies, healthy hours earlier, suddenly crashing, blue lips, shallow breathing, seizures. At first, doctors thought it was a viral outbreak, but the patterns didn't add up. All the babies crashed during the night shift. All were from different mothers, and all had one nurse in common, Beverly Allett. Allett, a trusted pediatric nurse, was nicknamed the Angel of Death by tabloids. But behind the nickname was cold calculation. She injected infants with massive doses of insulin or potassium, chemicals that shut down vital organs. Her motive? A rare mental illness known as Munchausen syndrome by proxy, where a caregiver harms patients to gain sympathy and attention for being the hero. Over 4 months, 13 babies were poisoned, 4 died. Security footage eventually captured her entering medication storage at odd hours. When arrested, investigators found her journal, chillingly filled with dosage logs and handwritten notes like, "Weak pulse equals save or no." She was sentenced to 13 life sentences in 2002. The case led to sweeping changes in hospital surveillance and staff vetting across the UK. But the scariest part? She passed every background check. Story 3. The Disappearing Patients of Mexico City. In 2019, whispers began circulating around Hospital del Sur, a public facility in Mexico City. Low-income patients, especially migrants, would check in, but never leave. No discharge records, no family contact, nothing. At first, staff claimed it was data loss, but one nurse noticed something weird. Night shifts were guarded by a private security contractor named Grupo Heracles. No background checks, no IDs. And their staff? All ex-military. The nurse, Ana Morales, grew suspicious when she saw Heracles guards escorting patients out at 3 a.m. into unmarked vans. When she reported it, her locker was trashed, her tires slashed, and then she vanished. That's when a journalist named Tomas Rivera picked up the trail. Using leaked hospital records, he found 27 undocumented patients had vanished over 18 months. Some were later found as corpses, organs missing. An anonymous tip led him to a private clinic linked to black market organ trafficking. And at the center of it all, a rogue surgeon named Dr. Mateo Esquivel, who operated under the radar with cartel protection. Authorities raided the facility in early 2020. Esquivel fled. Heracles dissolved overnight. To this day, no one knows how deep it went. But Rivera's story, Hospital of Shadows, won global awards. And the hospital? It still operates, quietly, silently, like nothing ever happened.